This is actually when I was back in university, and we had a video project we had to do, and we decided that we would do it on historic buildings in the central city that were being revitalized. So one of the places we went and filmed was the Opera House that had been there for many, many, many years. Anyways, we did all the filming, and there was a few stories they told us of, people that seen ghosts and so forth, and me being me, I was like, whatever. So we actually changed route on the project, and all the footage was just sitting on a hard drive, never had been gone through. And I was working on a project for work a few months later, and I needed some filler to fill in a few shots. And I'm talking at like 3 a.m. in the morning here. I'm scrolling through footage, and there's this moment where the camera goes on for just a few seconds, and I see something moving in front of the camera, and then the camera switches back off again, and I got curious, so I started slowing down footage, and I could see that it's the stage, and it was basically a test to make sure that the framing was right.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I slowed the footage down, the clearer the picture became, and all I could see was a man's pants and shoes moving across the stage at a very very fast rate. I had to slow it down about 30 times to actually be able to make out what I was seeing, and that would be my experience with something that I cannot explain to this day. It might have been a ghost, or just somebody that can move fucking fast. I'm not quite sure.
Either have Beetlejuice or The Flash.
One of the two, yes, but something was abnormal, and working in the industry that I work in these days, I thankfully have not experienced anything at work yet, which is great. But when that happens, I might quit.
Well, thank you for sharing that story.
I got one other one for you, but it's not ghost related. It's just unexplained related, really. My dad's in construction, and when he was still living in South Africa, I was probably 19, 20 at this stage. He was renovating a cocktail bar, and they worked really late one night, and he gave me a ring and said, "Can you please come and take some of my workers home, because they shouldn't be driving, they're too tired." And I headed over there, and standing outside waiting for the workers to actually get the vehicle, there was let's say a ball of light with a tail floating across the sky, but it wasn't dipping, it was just like gliding across the sky, not very high either. It was going behind certain buildings, and I thought at first, I had a little bit too much fun earlier tonight probably, and I was just seeing stuff. Anyways, the next day on the radio, there were people all over the city calling in about this thing that they saw as well. And the funny thing is that the city, it was an ocean-based city, so you had something would have to be very, very high for you to be able to see it from all parts of the city where you were calling from.
Right.
And it wasn't that high when I saw it. So again, not saying what it was, no idea, but a little bit weird. So,
Right.
2 stories for you.
Thank you.